I think we're live on YouTube for the watch party. Let's go. Watch party is live on YouTube. Do that. Give it to Risner. Got it. /PIP at Risner. Oh, Rizzy. All right, there's that. Let's pull up. Back to Twitch. Bungie. Bungie's live. Starting soon. Should we put their chat on the side? Should we keep their chat up? Like put it in theater mode, maybe? And then full screen it? That looks good, right? Should we leave their chat up or no chat? This should not be happening. This should not be happening. Bree, is there music in the live stream? Bree, is there music in the live stream? I just turned it off. Was there? 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 I think there was. I think there was. YouTube, yes, got it. It should not be coming through on there. It should not be coming through on there. It should not be coming through on there.
Don't die holding on. Don't die holding on. Don't die holding on.
Game audio. Game audio. It should not be coming through. It should not be coming through. I don't understand where it's coming through at. I don't understand where it's coming through at. I don't understand where it's coming through at. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let me pop out this chat. We'll figure it out. I muted the music entirely because I don't want it coming through on YouTube. Camera? What do you mean camera? It wouldn't be coming through on the camera. What's up, Preacher Guy? Big Destiny Day. Let's go. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Preacher Guy. Huge Destiny Day. Huge day for Destiny right here. We got Into the Light. Little preview. Did you guys say you guys wanted their chat up? Do you guys want to see their chat? I mean, it's really just kind of like scrolling too fast. Everybody's just like massive text. It doesn't seem like it's good. We'll just do that. How about that? And if we want to see it, we'll see it. We out here. What's up, dog? I mean, honestly, the music from the starting soon screen is pretty nice, and we're probably not going to want music whenever we get up, so not really worried about it, you know? Where is Streamlabs? Definitely some hive mind stuff, dude. I'm telling you that you don't want to see the. I mean, chats on like huge days like this, like whenever you get hundreds of thousands of people just watching something or just thousands, like it's not even worth having chat open because you can't keep up. One, two, then people just, yeah, like you said, hive minded. Everybody just says the same thing over and over, and it just gets very annoying. It's good for us to just formulate our own opinion. That's why I like doing watch parties. Prisoner, I love you back. Why is Blurp not working? Let me refresh it.
I just needed you to know. I love you.
That's the mic. That's the game audio. Yeah, the vertical sources, none of them should have the music. I'll have to bring it down and bring it back up, but I know why it started with the music going in the background. That's fine. We'll just go without music while we're watching the watch party, and I'm sure you guys will be fine, regardless. Because we got this, so it's pretty nice. And July's gonna be good. Jers, you're an amazing father. You're a beautiful human being. You have a beautiful beard. Got a beautiful soul. You're chill. You get the job done, man. You get the job done. You're smart. Get it done, dude. I appreciate you for being here, and I think that you can do anything you want to do. But I mean, you're old enough to realize that. Go get it done, dog. Go get it done. Did you want me to make another thumb for when watch party is done? I mean, if we wanted to do do we want to do a slammer sword grind and oh, sword day, we could call it sword day. Just put Bequest and the slammer sword on there, and well, like Tanix and the corrupted in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. Attention viewers, please be patient while we figure out audio difficulties. What are you talking about? There's no audio difficulties. We just won't listen to music. The sword looks awesome, and I'm not a fan of swords. I mean, it's a vortex frame with eager edge and bait and switch. That means rotation. You get to do rotations on Crota. Like, what? Imagine getting a bait and switch sword, smashing it out with bait and switch for a minute, then rotating to Wither Horde or a shotgun. You could do like conditional. You could do like a conditional shotgun. You could do like double shotgun sword. You could do double shotgun sword on Crota. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be crazy. Because if you hit all the pellets and it increases the potency of your next melee attack, does that count for a sword? Is a sword a melee attack? I think it is. Yo, imagine if you have a 1-2 punch shotgun as your second thing right before you go into bait and switch with the sword. That's what I'm talking about, Bray. Does that work? Does that work? I don't know. I've never tested it. Does it work? Does 1-2 punch work with a sword? That is a great question. That is a question for the times, man. Guys, should we see if we can get TikTok to go live while we're doing the watch party? Might as well, right? See if I figured it out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're live.
All right, hello everyone and welcome here to beautiful Bungie HQ in scenic Bellevue, Washington. My name's Andy and I'm gonna be your host today, and today we have the distinct opportunity to go ahead and show off some brand new stuff coming in Destiny 2 Into the Light. But fret not, I won't be the only one going ahead and telling you about it. I'm joined by 3 members of the Destiny development team who we'll go ahead and introduce here right away. Starting directly to my left, Mr. Tom Farnsworth, how are you doing today?
Great, thank you, Andy. I am doing great. I had coffee, breakfast on the way here. I'm a little ready to go. I'm excited to share all the great work the team has done the past many months. And just for context about me, I'm the creative lead on Into the Light, and I'll be here with you the next few weeks to talk about it.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, we've got a lot of fun stuff in store. And of course, we're joined by senior narrative designer, Mr. Jerome Viernich. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. Also had coffee.
Nice.
On the highway while screaming at passing cars.
Quite a drive in as well. And for the folks at home who may not know you as well as we've had the opportunity to learn about you over the past couple days, who are you and what do you do here at Bungie?
I am a senior narrative designer, which means if you hear a character say it, or if you read it on screen, one of us typed it into a tiny little box at some point months before.
Hanging out with Excel lots these days?
Absolutely.
There it is.
Tiny words, tiny boxes. That's me.
It's an important tool, obviously.
Absolutely.
They're very nervous, man. I would be too, to be honest.
One of the most deadly I've ever seen to rock the thumbsticks, especially in these past couple days. The one and only Mr. Noah Lee, activity designer here on Destiny 2.
Hey everyone, my name is Noah Lee. I'm an activity designer on Destiny 2 Into the Light. And I have the distinct pleasure of introducing us to Onslaught so we can see all the really cool things that we have in store. I'm a longtime player. I've been playing since Destiny 1, and as a player turned dev, I'm excited to show off all the stuff we have planned.
He looks like the voice actor for Kratos. What's that dude's name?
Welcome, you guys.
Looks like he could be his son.
Join us to everyone in chat. I see a lot of activity in there as well. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us today as well. But yes, today we're going to go ahead and kick things off by looking at Onslaught, which is a brand new activity coming in Destiny 2 Into the Light. For those of you out there that are tweeting,
I saw that, of course. They coordinated it.
We've been posting the last week. We went ahead and released some key art last week that is now up on screen. You can see here.
Yeah, I think every time they say Into the Light, they're going to switch their legs. Maybe they made a little thing about it.
Is a new 3-player activity that's the kind of the core.
Look at that midnight coup, dog.
It's
Look at that midnight coup.
Available to all players.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see in this key art, like this is like a kind of aspirational view of what Onslaught is in game.
Yeah.
It's a new wave defense activity. It takes inspiration from a lot of modes we've looked at, like
Onslaught game mode,
our games, throughout our kind of history, and you can see here you're in the last city, and I'm really excited that our players are going to be able to, like, the Guardians are going to be able to hop into this space and defend the last city and eventually take the fight to the Witness's forces here. And you can kind of see like you got our 3 guardians. They're kind of ringed in defenses.
Yeah.
You also got like the pyramids in the sky.
Right, yeah.
And there's even some like kind of pyramid terraforming going on in the background
in
there.
the city itself too, yeah.
Yeah,
they are at our
city,
doorstep.
and there's a few other locations too, but maybe we'll talk about later.
Talk about that later. Yeah.
Yeah.
So also too, Jerome, this is not the first time obviously we've ever had to go ahead and defend ourselves on our own turf, but never quite like this before. Our heels are dug in. We're in the last city right now. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's going on here?
Absolutely. So for the past several seasons, the forces of the Witness have been closing their vice grip around the Sol system. The Witness is inside the Traveler doing nefarious deeds, enacting the final shape.
Right.
Time is on its side.
Yeah.
We have worked with ancient magics, esoteric rituals, bargaining with our old foes in order to send someone through the portal and establish a bridge, and we chose Crow.
Yeah.
Now, until he makes contact with us, we are back at home sharpening our knives.
Yeah.
Now, the Witness, of course, will do everything that it can to keep us on this side of the portal.
Understandable.
Which means unleashing every bit of its resources, every part of its power against us to keep us pinned in the last city. So this is about breaking out and discovering new power, right? Sharpening ourselves, finalizing our builds, and getting some new toys so that we can face down the Witness.
That's right. And we're also getting some help from a tried and true sharpener of Guardians as well. Shax is going to be helping us out as well, right?
Absolutely. Where some see calamity, Shax sees opportunity.
Yeah.
And he is going to be opening up his arsenal for us to enjoy. I think we'll hear about that next week, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he'll be your vendor, and I'm really excited for players to hear from him.
Awesome. As someone who spends a lot of time in the Crucible, it's always good to spend more time with Shax. Inspirational, to say the least.
Daddy Shax, huh?
Yeah,
Daddy?
honestly, it's the best part of him.
Thank you for sharing the live.
Reminder to everyone.
Never go wrong.
May it be a hint to us all. And of course, Noah, there's a lot also too going on here. I see turrets, I see other activity defenses. Obviously, we're going to jump into some gameplay here, but before we do, can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to see when we dive in to play some Onslaught here live in just a bit?
Yeah, of course. So something
Oh, they're going to play
really
Onslaught? Super cool.
about Onslaught compared to a lot of our activities in Destiny is, like Tom said, it's not an offensive, it's a defensive. Our goal is to defend the ADU, or Advanced Defense Unit, which allows us to build our defenses like turrets, tripwires, decoys, and the main goal is to make sure that that thing stays up for all of your waves that you're fighting in.
Yeah.
And if that goes down at any point, regardless if you're on playlist, normal, or on legend difficulty, your game will end. So the main goal is to keep your defenses safe, build them up, upgrade them, and try to get as far as you can.
Yeah, legend difficulty. Interesting. Already dropping some hints. I like what I'm hearing.
You know, I had to do it. And another thing, just really quickly, is we had a lot of learnings from some of our activities in the seasons, like deep dives and the coil, where we know players like when we escalate difficulty over time.
Yeah.
So that's a key feature of Onslaught.
Nice.
We go from wave 1 to wave 50, each 10.
50
escalating
waves,
difficulty as we
dude!
gameplay. And that serves a really cool opportunity for players
Huge!
to test their builds and, you know, the waves of enemies that we're fighting against are the whetstone by which we are sharpening ourselves.
Excellent. Yes, build crafters, you're on notice. Be prepared for what's to come. All right, well, I say there's no time like the present. We are seeing a lot of requests in chat for gameplay. I think we can go ahead and dive on in.
The Throne World.
Noah, would you mind returning to your Throne World briefly to go ahead and kick things off here?
We're going to sit in there for 50 waves?
For the man himself.
I can't wait to see some Onslaught. This is going to be cool.
With Onslaught being a brand new activity, we're going to kick things off in a very different way. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to see when we go ahead and start things off?
Yeah, you're going to see it in the gameplay here in just a second, but Onslaught is about kind of establishing a defensive kind of like beachhead in these contested territories where we're like trying to claw space back from the Witness.
Certainly.
And we're going to see it in Midtown here in a moment. And
No, I think it's you just go as far as you can.
Maybe friends you found.
They said once you lose the point, that's it. You lose.
And
You can't lose
you're
the
going
point.
To, push forwards with Shax's Red Jacks. That you're going to see here. You'll establish a defensive area. You'll deploy the Advanced Defense Unit, and then you'll start placing defenses.
Yeah.
As Noah said, there's turrets, there's trip mines, there's decoys. The decoys is our favorite little sweepy bot.
Right. Yep.
There's decoys. There's a sweeper bot decoy. No
The way
way.
the activity works is you defeat enemies to collect scrap, which is our currency, and then you can spend that to deploy these defenses. And you're gonna have to be kind of selective. Like each of these defensive locations can move around throughout the activity.
Right. Yeah.
And
What's up, Croichi?
We already got some
gameplay
action
already.
here.
Yes.
So we're over here trying to create a foothold for our ADU, supported by Shax's Love.
That's a midnight coup!
We know and love them. And as soon as we've cleared out the Elixni that are here, or the Fallen, our ADU's here. As we see, we got some batteries in tow, and this begins our
Is that a midnight coup?
interesting part of this activity, which is our purchase.
Is it reskinned? Is it a reskin?
Scrap like we see in the top left, and we have 30 seconds to pick one of a sweep.
Is that a midnight coup or is that just a reskin? It looks exactly the same. It's probably a reskinned weapon.
Sweeper bot here and turrets. I know people are very curious about turrets, so I'm just going to buy this first.
There we go.
But we have our lovely guests, Clayton and Ashley, who have helped create this activity in our playtest team. They're with me, helping fill out the fire team, and they're building their defenses.
It's always best to have some solid teammates, and also to for the folks in chat noticing some weapons, go ahead and just go ahead and observe everything you can possibly see on screen. Oh, it's okay.
Let's go! The midnight coup!
That is connecting some dots with the things they may have seen in the key art, but also too
confirmed,
so,
dude. We love that.
Doing this for a reason, right? The ADU is here for a purpose. Can you help us understand a little bit about the role that plays in the defense that we're mounting against the Witness?
Absolutely. When all of the Guardians...
It was at 1830, but maybe they upped their own light level. That way it's easier, so it's just easy flow of gameplay.
Yeah. So it's important that we
We'll
establish solid defenses now and claw back as much territory as we can in advance.
That way, like, nothing can kill them.
Assault. I also want to just point out... I know
They're bringing back the midnight coup. It's a hand cannon. Everybody loves it.
Week, but we've got some beautiful.
Yeah, this is actually, you're defending the last city.
Any of those lore hounds, make sure you check out those tabs.
Yeah,
you're in the last city. You're defending it.
Maybe looking at whatever happens to show up on the stream today, but yes, this is the Brave arsenal, as it will be known. Players will get a chance to go ahead and be more intrinsically involved with this. We'll have more information on that in the coming weeks, but yeah, for those out there that are...
I don't have it. Nobody really has it.
Previous Guardian favorite weapons out there.
They're bringing it back.
Worry not. You'll have lots of information to learn over.
It's an old hand cannon that got sunset, I believe.
Get started on kind of what players have been seeing since we've been talking about
Please, yeah.
as a whole. As we're able to see, like
the exotic, the buried bloodline
over its head right here, and we have enemies
in
waves coming.
Buried bloodline.
Defeat it. If you've been paying attention, we have high-value targets that are mini bosses or elites.
Got some overloads, so we have some champions in here.
Repair batteries, and for other attempted players, we can see that there are champions involved. So bring your champion weapons. Make sure that you are well equipped for this. We have different waves and different augments like we're seeing on Wave 3 that demand your immediate attention.
Yep.
We know Destiny players like to run and gun, so we try to get you out of the space of the ADU sometimes so that you can kind of do those objectives to make sure that, oh yeah, I can explore Midtown and all these other spaces when we have the other maps that you see.
Yeah, Crucible enjoyers know this space pretty well. It'll be a chance for everyone to go ahead and check it out. But also, too, actually, no, thank you, Noah, for checking that out. Obviously, the pyramids have been busy.
It's a little bit changed,
This offensive.
Yeah, I think they have an eye for decoration.
Yeah, honestly, they're doing a great job. I got to give them credit. They keep it consistent. But Jerome, these are pyramid ships in our own.
It's Midtown, but it's changed.
Just try and terraform the city, or can you help us learn what's going on here?
Well, they don't have to do anything. I mean, the Witness is doing what it wants to do, and if we don't stop it, then it's game over.
Yeah.
So they really just need to keep us pinned. The Witness is inevitable. There's no way we could defeat every one of the Witness's soldiers.
Right.
There's no way we could, fight them one by one.
We'll try.
We have to deal with the Witness head on. Inside the Traveler.
Yeah.
And we'll do that soon.
So also too, obviously getting to go ahead and send players away from the ADU is pretty significant when it comes to accomplishing all of the tasks in front of you here in Onslaught. But Tom, can you tell us a little bit about the defenses as well? Like I think we see some trip mines up already set and ready to go.
Yeah, you can see the horizontal beams. Those are trip mines. As you upgrade them, the colors will change. You'll be able to do more damage and kind of fire off more
trip mines get more charges.
Yep.
And they get more in size. If you upgrade it, you'll go from 1 trip mine to 2, as we see here, which is really nice. Tom can keep going.
And then we've also got the turrets. Noah, if you could show off a turret in a second.
Oh yeah.
Those as well. When you can upgrade those three levels as well.
Friendly turrets.
Color, they deal more damage. They get more health.
Yeah.
The fire rate increases actually also.
Yep. And then we've also got Sweepy Bot, who do also those decoys.
Sweepy Bot decoy, man.
Color a little bit. But the idea here is like each of these defensive locations, we're going to kind of randomly pick defenses for you to deploy, and it's up to you kind of to make the best choices and use your limited resources, the scrap that you're collecting, to make the best choices there, because you're not going to have all the currency you need right off the bat to deploy everything and upgrade everything. You're going to have to be like, no, maybe we want this turret, or maybe
Croci, it looks so fun. This is the onslaught game mode. You're gonna have 50 waves. They're on wave 5, and there's a lot of enemies in this wave already.
Work in a different direction.
Yeah. Something I want to
And you
bring
see that
up
bar
we
is
actually
just,
have a
like,
bonus
barely
objective
going up.
on right now. We have secondary objectives that occasionally appear in waves, and this one is just to complete the wave within a certain amount of time. And if you complete that while you're defending the ADU, you got to make sure that's alive. You'll actually get a reward, which is a heavy ammo crate that will refill your ammo. When you get higher up in the waves and you get more difficult enemies and like larger waves of stuff, like that is definitely something you're going to be trying to get.
Yeah.
And that kind of ties into the team coordination you can do. Like if you have a good team in the higher difficulties, you're going to need a little bit more coordination. You might need somebody to go out and do the augments and somebody to go out and do the critical objectives.
Yeah, and also too, so just to make sure, Tom, as well, this isn't the only ADU we're going to be defending in this activity. It moves around the map.
So as Noah said earlier, there's 50 waves in our challenge version of this activity.
Okay.
There's the playlist version, which is just one location. It's
Oh!
easy, quick, fun to
Just
hop
went to a new
into. You do 10
POI.
waves and you're done. And then there's the challenge version, which we're showing here. So there's
So you get a little
50
challenge?
waves or 5 sets of 10 waves.
Five sets of
That's how
10
we like
waves.
to talk about it. And with each of those sets of waves, we move around the map between 3 different locations.
There's gonna be different
And
locations
you'll
as you
start at
progress
one
through the
ADU,
waves. That's
you'll defend it,
amazing.
You'll take the fight to the witness for a little bit, you'll come back, and then you'll build up defenses more, and then go fight a boss.
Yeah, which is what we're seeing as well right now. Like we're on board a pyramid ship now, right?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite phases, where instead of defending the ADU, we take the fight to them, and
Very
as
cool.
you see, we cultivate a spark of light, and it's time to run it down, destroy the witnesses, lieutenants, and do a fun backflip. Let's hope I can pull that off.
Do the backflip.
It's important. If you don't do the backflip, chat's going to be very upset. I can already tell.
Very.
Here we go.
Look at that.
Here we go.
Ooh,
You make it look so easy, Noah.
because I'm just good. I'm just good.
He is good. He's doing pretty well. I'm not going to
We're also on the first set of waves. So.
It's going to get a little spicier later. The
Yeah.
first few waves are they're kind of like the training wheels.
Right, yeah. Because you were saying too, there's a 10 wave version of this and a 50. Was it?
Yes, there's a 10-wave version
That's
called
right.
Onslaught Playlist.
Okay.
If you're in for, you want to be in for a short session, I think that's definitely the place for you. Onslaught, in our experience from playtesting, is really easy to lose track of time and just kind of keep going. You can always be like, just one more wave.
See, that's the type of game you want, though. That's
You're like, dang, it's been an hour.
That's honestly the type of game everybody wants. It's something you could just lose track of time playing.
How do you
So
decide
good.
whether
Good on
to
Bungie for giving a game
unlock
mode where you
new
can just do 50
defenses or
waves and just
upgrade
go
the ones
play,
you've
you know?
already got?
So it really is a risk reward.
This would be the
thing.
way
I've
that you
seen,
would
like,
level
when you
up
upgrade
weapons
defenses, they will
or do
exponentially increase in
catalysts.
price.
Like, this is where
If you
I
have
would
to
go
make
to
a
do that
decision
now.
Every purchase phase, like, do I want to save my money to potentially upgrade something down the line and also hope that defense, lives long enough to be upgraded? Or am I just going to bite the bullet and buy something now that can help me immediately? My strategy usually is that in the first few waves, I will not buy anything to just save up for later, and usually my teammates will do something.
Yeah.
That's where communication comes in. If you just do that by yourself, I don't think your teammates will be very happy with you.
It's fair. As always, keeping the comms crisp is very important, especially as you get those higher difficulty levels. Because we're just in the kind of the fledgling waves of this right now. But yeah, when we were doing our playtest,
Yeah, ad clear is going to be super heavy here.
I hope we get to see.
Like, this is going to be a great place to use tethers for hunters. This is going to be a great place to, actually use something that's not a DPS build.
Neglected to mention with
Not
doing that
strictly
full time is,
DPS. Like, you're looking for ad
the
clear
ADU
survivability
batteries
here.
will actually heal it, kind of similar to
This is gonna be fun.
Armory from my real vets out there. And the ADU, the enemies are naturally compelled to come over here and attack it. They'll shoot it, they'll knife at it. But also, if there's any enemies that stay in the radius of the ADU, you'll see it'll turn red and damage will start to tick. So that's when you need to throw your ADU batteries in there and you'll get scrap for that. But if your ADU's full on health, you'll actually get 3 times the amount of scrap. So it's in your best interest to try to keep it as healthy as possible because you might be able to snowball your defenses.
Interesting. So especially if you're really pushing for those later levels in like the 40s and 50s, maybe it just behooves you to hold on for the levels or so. Let your abilities and weapons do the talking for a little bit.
50s are no joke.
They're one-shotting everything because they're got a juiced up light level.
Okay, we got one of the bigger mobs on the
So
way.
yeah, here's one of our augments.
Where's your
demolitionists.
super
We
ad,
have these
dude?
Huge ultras that come in and just they're beat.
I guess they want to see it for as long as
Since we're
possible.
on the first wave, they're not that difficult.
Oh, there's 2
but
of them.
I promise you, wave 40, wave 50, these guys are tanky. They require a lot of attention.
We'll
And
give you some credit in making it look easy as well.
I like I said, I'm just that guy.
He's been preparing for this moment. Also, too, actually, let's talk a little bit of build crafting. What are you running right now, Noah?
So I'm not, I'm
Midnight
not
Coup coming back.
trading down here.
Confirmed. He's
I'm a
using
nice
it
off
right
my
now.
heart. I got my
He actually went into his inventory and looked at the name.
Off screen, we're figuring out how it's pronounced. But Pure Falcons, everyone. So anyone who mispronounces it, that's how you say it. Doing that, I love Buried Bloodline. It's a great weapon from Warlord's Ruin. I love the Catalyst. And, I'm just doing that because we might see some Tormentors. Who knows? And I like precision when we're doing that because, rockets aren't very effective against
See, over the past day or so, as we've been getting prepared for the stream, I'll admit my jealousy for Buried Bloodline has
Yeah, they
only
already
been
said
growing.
connect
I'm a
the
big fan
dots
of
and everything.
Ground
They're going to
Combat.
bring
It's going
Leviathan
very
back.
But I gotta say, the precision that you've been getting out of Buried Bloodline makes me upset that I haven't just gone ahead and buckled down and gotten the farming done to get that thing unlocked, honestly.
Yeah, great. So as we see, we are actually in the pyramid again for the boss. We're taking the fight back to the Witness's forces. And this brings up a really interesting part of all of the boss phases where instead of having immune shields or immune phases, we have different augmentations that allow
Level
you
50
to
just raid bosses?
increase
Exactly,
your
man.
effectiveness against the boss. So for example, this one is
So this little boss
augmentation
encounter, I
well,
assume this
damage
is
wells and defeat
the
high-value
10th
targets.
wave right
You
here.
will actually
Defeat the
deal
boss.
increased damage to the boss for the rest of the fight. That's something, because these are meant to be kind of like victory laps, like you've survived against the ADU, it is time to just, single-mindedly take down the boss.
Yeah. Interesting. Also, too, actually, really quickly, Tom. So I know we touched on there being 10 and 50 wave versions, but we got a question in chat from Tirkinator. Is it random matchmaking? Do you get to bring your own fire team in? Both?
So playlist is random matchmaking, or you can bring your fire team in.
Yeah.
And then I believe the challenge modes, of which there was a normal version and like a hard version, which goes up to GM. I believe that the
There's a
normal version
GM difficulty of this? Oh my
match-made.
god.
We can correct on socials maybe for the second one. I don't think it's match made, but I think everything supports fire team fighting.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, obviously. And honestly, too, it never hurts to bring in your own GM crew if you're pushing 50 waves.
No, we definitely want you to communicate in that activity on the upper end, especially. You're going to have a much better time.
Yeah, honestly. Also, too, actually, while we're kind of on that subject, I remember something you mentioned earlier was, kind of one of the goals, I think, from a design standpoint you were mentioning was that it's kind of just easy to get lost in this activity. The combat sandbox that Destiny has, sometimes you just
Yeah,
wanna
they
throw
move
down
to a
and just
different
test and
spot.
build,
So that's
go
the thing.
crazy, and this
The
is something that really
POI
seems to
changes
facilitate that.
You might even feel it on the screen here
throughout
as
the
we're
waves,
gonna
and
go
then once you
deeper
make
and
it through
deeper
the
here. Like, we're
checkpoint
on
of 10
the
waves, and it
different
changes
set now.
locations.
We're on the second set. We're at a new defensive location. You can see here that's near the river walk in here, and
We're to break the fourth wall. We're developers, so we were able to change it to our other faction. It's not always going to be Fallen. We have the Hive that were shown prominently.
Okay,
in our
changes
first part.
enemies
Yeah,
as
for
well.
The more keen eyes at home, they may have noticed that behind the scenes, the faction has changed. So when Jerome mentioned it earlier, every single one of the armies at the Witness's behest is going to go ahead and be a part of this fight potentially. Or which ones are they, rather? Or if you don't mind me asking, I should say, Jerome. This is your pick.
Yeah, we've got Fallen and Hive are going to be pressing the last city, but the Taken are definitely active elsewhere.
Yeah.
They're sort of they're being marshaled for other purposes,
Interesting.
which I won't.
Other elements of the
won't mention.
seasonal story are yet to be revealed. We'll let that obviously uncover itself as time
percolate.
goes on naturally. Yeah, there's plenty for the lore hounds out there to go ahead and discover. Jerome, when you're putting together a story like this, obviously kind of helping us realize what the Witness's mission is, like what was kind of some of your inspiration as you kind of looked at this activity and the opportunity it presented to the narrative team?
We always start with the characters, like the emotions of the characters, from their perspective, how they would see things, how they would react.
Certainly.
And so that's what made Shaxx a natural fit for this. It's such a gear-focused activity. It's so ferocious. We needed a voice that matched that level of intensity.
Yeah.
And so that's where we came up with Shaxx.
Yeah, Shaxx is like the perfect hype man
Honestly.
for this, right?
What is this? This is Onslaught. This is going to be the new game mode that's coming out with the Into the Light mid-season DLC.
That's his goal, right? The
in
Crucible
April.
is not a forgiving place, and he's there bringing folks in every single day that he possibly
This is
can.
the
So he's been
Into the
preparing
Light
us for
developer
this
live
for
stream
full.
on
that's a great way to look at it.
Bungie's
The
Twitch.
Crucible is preparing, fighting other Guardians to sharpen ourselves. To
Andre, I got you
fight a war.
something.
This is just fighting a war.
Yeah, honestly, this is what we've been sharpening ourselves for. This is that moment. Also, too, kind of in that theme, We got a question from Cozy Spartan in chat. Are there any other weapons that are coming back? As a quick reminder, this is the first
coming through on Discord,
or actually 3 streams as well. So next week we're
just something quick to make like a little 10-second banger
and tune in then.
on TikTok
today,
probably.
This is just a taste of Onslaught and kind of a first look at
Can you
what's become a
FaceTime?
brand new activity
Sure.
joining us with Destiny 2 Into the Light.
I'm out of money. I'm broke. No.
All out of scrap already?
Yes. I bought one thing. I suppose I spent it all on these 2 turrets, which have been performing pretty well, actually. I'm a person, I prefer to upgrade a few things because their effectiveness is much more heightened when you upgrade it. So I feel like if you all pool your resources to make a few traps really good, that might serve you well, but who knows? I know when you do Legendary and you're in GM, you're really going to need those defenses to help you out because those enemies are powerful and they are focusing down your ADU unrelentingly.
Yeah. All right, so we've touched on there are 3 different defensive tools at our disposal between the turrets, the trip mines, and obviously the decoy sweet bot. And those are upgradable, if I remember correctly?
Yes.
Correct. Cool. How far do those go up? Like what level could we? 3? Awesome. And as I understand it too, there's a pretty steep progression as they go ahead and continue leveling up. That scrap really ends up being worth it.
They become more expensive, but yeah, they also it's not like a linear progression. It's more logarithmic. They kind of jump up in power.
Yeah.
But you got to keep them safe too, right? The enemies, like you might get an augmentation where like one of those big knights or big fallen captains comes in and just smashes them.
Yeah.
And so you definitely want to try to keep the space clear.
Yeah. A brig drops in from low orbit and
That
just smashes it into bits.
Yeah.
It's been known to happen. Who knows?
Now, in that instance, if one of your defenses is destroyed, do you repurchase it at level 1?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
you
you have to
lose that.
repurchase the level.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that's one of the things you have to watch out for with trip mines. Like I said, they have charges, and they will just, they will go out on their own. But that's why they're so cheap. You're going to have to rebuy them once you run out of charges.
Yeah, and also I think I saw a question in chat. I missed the name, so apologies to whoever asked this. Is scrap individual or is it fire team wide?
Sun's riding
We've got an
rides.
interesting way of doing it. So the fire team earns scrap together, but you each get to spend individually.
Oh.
So you can't mess up your fire team mates by like overspending. You've got your own little stock, your own little wallet, purse of scrap to spend. So you can coordinate if you want, or you could just spend how you see fit to help the team.
Yeah.
In general, like anything you purchase is just going to help.
Yeah, as someone too, like in the past, I've played, personally, like a lot of wave-based defense games. There we go. When it comes to the upgrades, I imagine, like you were saying, it's pretty logarithmic. Is there a feeling of wanting to, instead of getting, 3 level 1 turrets, get 1 level 3 turret, for example? Like, is that power gain kind of the one you want to be chasing if you're pushing those higher levels?
I think it's definitely valuable to do that as long as you can keep it safe.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it might be better to spread out the
that's true.
the damage, but like a lot of that's going to vary, like which augments or which enemies are coming in.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to control that. You're just going to have to react. Like it might be.
Yeah.
This might be an easy wave of just some thrall.
Yeah.
But it could be a bunch of exploder shanks too.
Yeah, we made sure
Tom,
to
who
do
would put a bunch of
diversity.
exploder shanks into a wave? Who on Earth would possibly be responsible for that?
You can blame Noah. You can blame me for drop pods. You can blame Noah.
I've done a lot.
Everyone who spoke to their therapist about Cabal drop pods,
you
to go ahead and charge that directly to Tom. You can follow him on Twitter right now.
Oh no.
Yeah. Noah, Jerome, out of curiosity too, when it comes to kind of the seasonal story and where this fits in. So again, we're digging our heels in, fighting against the Witness, just sharpening ourselves. The next step pretty much is just to go ahead and hold out for as long as we can in preparation for that next battle, I'm assuming?
Absolutely. We're waiting for Crow to essentially build a bridge in concert with Mara, with help from Osiris and others. And so it's really the universe is on Crow's shoulders.
Yeah.
And we couldn't imagine anyone better suited for the task.
Yeah.
Crow has come a long way in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And I think he deserves an opportunity to show what he can do.
Yeah.
And I think he'll come through for us.
Still has uttered one of my favorite lines. Yeah, we went ahead and chased him into the astral plane. Well, I just shot at him until he ran away, but your way's better. He's earned his spot. He's ready to go, obviously. All right, Noah, where are we at? What are we looking at right now?
So right now we're looking at one of our waves. Like I was trying to say earlier, we actually have a wide diversity of waves. Like as we've seen with the Hive and the Fallen, that it's not just fighting acolytes and thralls every time. We have different compositions. So this is a wave full of exclusively ogres and cursed thrall. Cursed thrall are nice because it allows you to chunk the ogres if they're grouped up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're cursed thralls, and as we see, they are just booking it straight toward the ADU.
These ogres seem very dedicated to their task out of the gate, honestly. It seems like within a millisecond, they're just lighting up anything they can possibly see.
Yeah, I think they're really dedicated to the witness, and I think they're also kind of stupid. So they're just doing what they know.
I'm
Come
not brave
on,
enough
man.
to say that to an ogre's face, but I respect
Captions or
you
no
for
captions?
being able to do so.
I don't think it's necessary with how quick it is. I think we
we're
just
seeing
we just
another
we just
bonus
get it out
objective
so
here,
that
actually, which is they're
everybody
gonna
can
be
see that it's
Pyramid
confirmed. We got the
Splinters that
midnight coup.
spawn. That's a great. Now where are they?
I think there's one up behind you, Noah.
Oh, right here. Look at that. And then if you keep following it, it kind of leads you away from the space, and why am I missing?
There we go.
We're able to get heavy ammo, which I desperately need because my berry bloodline is out of ammo.
That's right. I never heard.
So there's tension, right? When those splinters lead you away from the ADU, right? You need to kind of have split your attention in two directions.
Yeah, that's something that we were really wanting to.
Hello there.
What's up, Taco?
Those critical, not critical objectives for these.
How you doing, homie?
augments,
Good morning.
They kind of
You on your way to work?
incentivize players to leave the ADU and kind
And
of
drive.
have roles. As we see, we got Splinter Mines, and you have
My
Stars
man.
guarding them. We have Clayton and Ashley doing that for me while I defend the ADU, and that kind of means that you have less people defending. Like the wave is still coming towards you, but there's things
Indeed,
you have
nice.
to do, and those distractions, which aren't really optional, are.
We have an
kind of what gives you
onslaught
that
game
tension
mode coming to Destiny.
and kind of allows
A little
you to
50
build
wave
that
defense
like,
game.
That's something I kind of wanted to go into.
It's gonna be so
Something that excites
fun.
Me, as somebody who's kind of seen how our seasonal meta kind of develops with things like Strand Titan and Solar over and over.
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing if interesting things come out of Onslaught. You're not trying to stay alive yourself. You're trying to keep this ADU alive, which is a object completely separate from you. So is stasis going to be more useful? We're seeing Ashley use Arc. She's using Arc Souls, which has proven to be really useful against the Fallen. Is Risk Runner going to be something people want to use, or Trinity Ghoul, or Sunshot? Oh,
We're gonna forget that happened. That's fine.
yeah.
So also true,
Every man
when
for
it
themselves.
comes to the build crafting element, I can probably imagine when you're doing the GM difficulties, it's not just your own build you're worried about, but making sure you have that communication across to your team, across champion mods, across element types. There's probably a whole heck of a lot to actually make sure you're keeping track of throughout this entire activity.
There's a lot going on in the activity from a moment perspective. We have a bunch of different wave types, augments, different squad compositions, and different bosses as we're seeing, and augments there. So really, build is king. You're still shooting bad guys, using your abilities, using space magic, but it's all a matter of how you use it in each situation. Maybe you want something more offensive when you're fighting a boss, or bring in that spark and rift. But when you're in the ADU, you might want something that'll help you hunker down.
Actually, too, no, we're on that subject of augments. Something you mentioned yesterday I thought was pretty cool were boss augments as kind of the levels continued to progress.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about those?
So we just did an augment just now that had capture points spawn in the arena. Oh, we have one right here. And what that does is that calls in turrets that will eventually come and help us out. If we call both of them, they'll all activate, and that serves to kind of get some heat off of you.
Yeah.
And just overall kind of help. These are level 3 turrets. You see them in blue. They're looking really nice and spiffy.
Yeah. And again, you were saying at level 3, the fire rate also increases?
Yes, fire rate, health, and damage increases for
bad to
them.
have.
But they cost 6,000 scrap, so you're going to need to save up a lot.
Okay.
I think it's 12,000 scrap altogether for going from level 1.
Can you just roll that leftover Shrieker Eye into some enemies, maybe just for the? Oh, it fell off.
Where'd it go?
Never mind. All right.
Go full.
Yep. No.
The void calls.
All right. So what level are we on now? Out of curiosity.
We're on wave 20.
Was that 20? Okay. Cool. Yep. Awesome. Man, this is going well, honestly. Yeah, I will say, especially after yesterday, we learned that Noah is one of the most dangerous to ever wield the 2 thumbsticks out there. To all the PvP streamers as well, go ahead and challenge him openly on the internet.
Hey, I go flawless. Check my KD.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought you were the gilded one.
Well, I don't want to brag, but as a 4 times gilded flawless, I'll let you guys brag for that.
Hey, I'm gonna brag too. I got Riven's Bane back in Forsaken. Petra's run, that was tough. All my Riven's Banes out there, we know what's up. And Shadows.
Riven's Bane. Where's John at when you need him? The freaking Riven's Banes out there.
That particular time in their lives, obviously. Drop the Bungie ID, they're saying. Perhaps I'll leave that up to him. That is his.
Oh, I can do it. No, I'll do it. Check my raid report. Check my dungeon. Hey, I'm there, bro.
Noah is ready, honestly. He's prepared for this moment. Let's see here.
So new ADU, new location?
Yep.
Yes, well, that's something I neglected to mention. So every time you do a boss, you will actually change locations. And let me just buy something real quick because I have money. But
What's up, Izel? Get to class, dude. Oh, hang on, spring break. Never mind. Sorry.
Those will still be active.
Enjoy your spring break.
Means that you building up your defenses over time. You obviously can't upgrade these since they're not at the location you're on. But they will help you when the waves get harder. So you having a level 3 turret or level 3 decoy somewhere, that will actually help you out, and you'll be able to take aggro from the waves. Like we see, hey, the turret right there doing damage to the knights. That it all kind of helps that feeling of feeling like you're the vanguard and the last city, like you're helping to defend them. These emplacements are permanent and not just temporary.
Okay. You're really, really digging the trenches and setting yourself in. Okay, good. We'll put that on the list of things that chat didn't see. We get a veto. That's the one that everyone gets to forget. Sorry, chat, but that didn't just happen.
Everyone makes mistakes, man.
Also, too, actually,
what's up, Slap
JR
Cheeks?
Bizzle in chat asks, are there awards going to be tied to the wave you get?
Having to
too?
wait
Now, I don't know what kind of
weeks for
mentions
the
some of
eggs
those
and
things
bones.
with coil
Man,
earlier,
true.
but, you know, obviously, there's between the level 10, or pardon me, the 10.
That's a
wave
crazy
and the
grind.
50 wave versions. You know, what's the reward story for each one?
So in all the activities, every time you beat 10 waves and you beat the boss, you'll get a chest.
Okay.
Get rewards.
So every 10 waves,
Yep.
you get, okay.
And then in the
Andre, I see the
challenge
yeah, I
mode,
see,
normal
I
and hard
see
version,
the. It's on
normal
Discord,
version,
but I
you
see.
get a normal chest.
Ain't
all the
no
way
way
until the
you
last
made
wave,
her
you beat the
hold the
final
freak
wave.
and come
Yeah.
slam
Double
some
rewards.
GMs. Hey,
And
yo,
then
that's a
if
good,
you
that's a
play
cool title. I
in
like
the
that.
hard mode,
Yeah.
you get additional rewards in all the waves.
Excellent. Okay.
Guys, we got a new short and a new
There's some
TikTok
bonus
up.
prizes there too. We
Andre's
might have
working
one
today,
right
man.
at the end.
Andre's working today, baby. How's your morning, man? We did breakfast. We did pancakes. We did sausage. I mowed the yard, both yards. And now we're playing video games. Izel, how's your morning going? You sleep in? Did you enjoy it?
Between normal and legend.
So
What's up,
that's actually
Psychosis?
a great question. As we
Earning
sit
that paycheck,
down,
hey.
There is not. Oh my good lord! Wait, give me a second. Give me a second.
What a great time to think critically. The tormentor on your doorstep.
We got days whenever we need to work. This is one of those days.
The way that revives work is like
That
in
tormentor
the,
is ridiculous,
first
dude.
2 sets,
Yeah.
darkness is off. But when we get to the 3rd set, we
Yeah.
turn darkness on.
And
So
extinguish.
if you all go down, or the ADU goes down, the activity's over.
That's it. Okay. So you just take the rewards you got for the 2.
And in
bosses
Legend,
you got.
that's on by default.
Yeah, you don't lose any rewards. Every set you complete, you'll get rewards.
Yeah.
But if you're halfway through a set and you fail,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's it. Just take your lunchbox and go home.
Yeah, well, you can hop
Doing
right
that
back
dad
in,
thing,
play
yes,
with us,
sir.
hop right back in with your friends and
Yeah.
try again.
Which is what I'm gonna do.
Dog woke me up at like
I
5. Dogs are
when-
good for
when
that.
This was getting developed behind the scenes here.
Kids are
As we were
also
kind of
good for
getting a
that.
sense of what Into the Light was going to be. I gotta tell you, like, just the I don't know, the ability to just go ahead and keep diving back in, testing new builds. I'm sure I'm not the only one who has every single one of their loadout slots filled with some hyper-specific loadout that I'm deeply in love with in its own way. And so I feel like this is the exact right time to go ahead and just continue diving in and just, you know, bolstering those loadouts to begin with the Brave Arsenal, which again we'll be talking about next week. Don't you worry. But also too is just get a chance to go ahead and really see how they can thrive in environments just outside of, you know, even as difficult as GMs can be. Find something that really pushes it beyond that standard level that we're used to.
Yeah, and you're going to need to be ready for a lot. We're trying to throw a lot of variety at you, right? There's
Yeah.
the 2 combatant factions that you're
I
gonna
got
be facing
tacos
that
on the
you
way.
can randomly be in there when you
I have to wake up my dog because if I don't, he will sleep all day. I need a bull, man. I need an English bulldog, man.
Working together in concert to like test your ability to coordinate as a team and in your build game too.
Excellent. Also, too, actually, Optimal Pickle in chat, wonderful name, I might add, is also curious. I know we just talked about scrap gathering, obviously, and how everyone kind of gets their own purse. Are you able to gift that scrap to other people, or you just get your own purse as a result of
You just get your own
Gift the
purse.
scrap,
Yeah.
but you can both. Like if someone places something else, you could upgrade it.
Oh, okay,
You can coordinate.
Got it.
Your spend.
They can drop the level 2, you can upgrade, or they can drop the level 1, you can upgrade it to level 2. Nice, very good. All right, that communication is going to be.
Yeah, we wanted to keep it simple and fast. Like we didn't want to have like. We did a lot of work to make sure it was as streamlined as it could be because currency can get complicated if you're not careful about it.
in the heat of battle, honestly, yeah, it's like sweeper
Yeah,
bot,
nobody
whatever.
wants to
Yeah.
open their wallet and be like, "You got a 5?"
Look at the sweeper bot decoy, man.
3,000 scrap. Is that?
I'm getting shot here.
That's right. Just a little bit. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost will help you out with that.
What's the rewards for this looking like? You get it after every 10 waves.
Yeah, you guys.
I assume they're going to do it probably like the coil. They took a lot of notes from the coil whenever they were making this game mode, is what they said. Progressive difficulty, better rewards. I assume you're going to get a lot of materials, a lot of, like, they're probably going to lock some pinnacle gear behind it. I assume.
Things you want to level up.
You're going to get a lot. You're probably going to get a lot for doing this.
Hop in, onslaught, and chill. And
Yeah.
You'll be able to really.
Is GM with the same class and everyone has to use different subclasses for Diamond in game this week? Dang, that's crazy.
Gates of Grasp of Avarice, finally.
Or Shirochi, you don't have to farm there anymore. Don't have to input that wish.
Yeah, and some waves are really like hard, and other waves like If you've got a bunch of guys coming down a hallway and you unload your supers.
I think the Warlocks excel at that then.
Really like have that peak power fantasy.
Yeah, it's also
You can do a solar strand lock and possibly like a void lock.
Your ability to dispatch champions. I don't know why people are
Probably do
asking
solar
about
strand and void.
fighting champion mobs.
Little
I
well.
don't know if that's a reference to something, but you'll have to remind us.
Just make sure we're making orbs.
I don't know if I recall that moment necessarily.
Oh, I know what they're talking about. I'm telling you, I'm that guy.
Triple Hunter. I'm down to do Triple Hunter as well. Little Celestial, little tether, little strand.
That level of confidence.
Yeah,
I'd be dead.
Stasis could be good for corrupted. True.
My name in game is just Andy, and I hide amongst the field of other Andys with all of our little hash numbers at the end of our name, honestly. Though if you see the one with the dead man's tail.
We're doing corrupted. It's barrier and unstop.
One of my favorites.
I think having a strand would be good.
It's so stylish. It's
Stasis Hunter build.
In
Nice.
any video game ever, honestly. It's really, really good. Though then again, we get along pretty darn well. Okay,
Level 50 Legend give Artifice Armor. I don't think they give away. They're going to give away Artifice Armor like that.
Well, on the 6th wave of each thing.
You
so
can do
6,
this on
16,
GM difficulty though, so I'm wondering if they're going to put a weapon behind it. Do you ever play COD? If I do, it's usually off stream.
You know, it feels like an action movie. You and your team get to run down.
If there was nothing to do on Destiny, I could see myself playing COD here and there, just for gigs. But
and the only way to dispatch him and move on.
as far as like a regular daily thing, nah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd have to get really good again.
Jerome, from a lore standpoint, from a mechanic standpoint, obviously this helps make sure that we're pushing forward in the activity and we've got an appropriate challenge. But why are the Guardians able to go ahead and even head back into these pyramid ships to go ahead?
It took us a long time to gain that power.
Yeah.
And now it's sort of permeable. It can go both ways, right?
Yeah.
The Witnesses' forces are much more able to access our space.
You're
as
dumb.
You can see, right? They're in the middle of Midtown. But we are also able to access their space more.
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword,
Yeah.
so to speak.
They opened that door. Now they can't take
That's
it back.
right,
The
yeah.
Guardians are going to be in there emoting and meddling and having a grand old time. See? There we go. Let's go ahead and flex your raid emotes. It's all right. Let's get it out of the way.
Wait till we go back to the gray shirt guy.
Because I don't have any of them. Took to wave 27 out. All right.
Ooh.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, this is starting to get spicy out here.
All right. Let's lock in, guys.
Sorry, we're just making it more.
Where's the gray shirt guy?
Yeah, we totally aren't trying at all. It's super easy.
I just know I'm going to turn a corner and there's going to be.
When does this come to D2? April. I think April 9th is the day.
You see it.
Uh-oh, his hacks. His hacks are showing.
I got alt tabbed a little bit.
Oh, alt tab.
All tapped? Okay, all right.
technical
I was about to say,
difficulties
Oh, I got alt tabbed again.
I was like, as
that
it turns
building
out,
seeing
yep,
behind the
everyone,
screen,
Yep. Also, too.
Well, if you ever do, let me know. I need people to play
we're
with.
here live in the dev environment.
I mean, you can join the Discord, Izel. We got people that play Call of Duty in the Discord.
But yeah, we're obviously working off of a dev build right now.
Nice.
And doing the finisher appropriately on thralls.
My favorite is the quick draw gunslinger one.
Yeah.
Hunter, I actually just bought it. I was like, I need it.
The solar one that kind of does like
Yeah.
the twirl around his finger. Oh yeah.
I was like, I need that. So I'll give up anything.
I got it. I think it was.
Yeah, Grandmaster difficulty on this would be crazy.
The chair.
But then again, he's not using an ideal build for like
Yeah, absolutely never gets old.
for smoking these, and he's smoking them regardless. I mean, obviously you would want like a Deathfall tether, Orpheus rigs, constantly getting your tether back.
They don't really have
Maybe
the
they're not using a well anywhere. There's no
Yeah, we're
there's no Banner of War Titan. There's so many things you could do better
Really, that's gonna be for
to make ad clear and survivability crazy.
To be able to hop in this again. Yeah, this is available for all players.
So I think having the difficulty higher.
Kind of like a big gift from
Have
all of
to
us.
see how it works.
All of you.
And then obviously you can upgrade all these turrets to level 3
Yes, thank you.
if you make more money. And I assume it does give you more money whenever you're doing it on higher difficulty.
To take on the witness.
Yeah, honestly. It's it's not going to be easy. Obviously, just another opportunity to equip everyone. Obviously.
Something I wanted to mention, just to get a little peek behind the curtain when it comes to our friend Sweeperbot here, is he used to be the best decoy in the game, better than all his other tiered variants, because there was a bug where only the broom would take any damage, and as we see, he's really skinny, so he was basically nigh untouchable.
Functionally immortal, Sweeperbot.
Oh my god.
Must be nice, obviously, just to have your Horcrux or whatever it is, right? But it's just his broom this time, as it would turn out.
We fixed it though.
Yeah, it's fair. All right.
Yeah.
It'll live on again. Another thing that lives on strictly in our hearts.
Yes.
Also, too, out of curiosity, Vadar477 in chat asks, will there be, like, if you have just 2 people on your fire team and you want to go in solo, is there a private mode you can dive into this with?
I believe if you hop in the higher difficulties, you can do that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So everyone out there that wants to really challenge themselves, maybe attempt to solo all 50 waves? I think the theory is, our running theory is that it's impossible.
I think it's not possible. That's my charge to the community. Can you beat Legend solo by your, like, obviously that's what solo means, but can you beat Legend solo?
Someone's got to do it.
If my teammate on the social media team, Mitch, is out there watching while on vacation, so don't you dare be working, I think he's got that challenge cut out for himself as well.
Hey, I've learned not to underestimate the Destiny community at all. Especially like in Mission Whetstone, I thought it would take a lot longer for people to do that. That was quick.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I mean, honestly, we
Players are
underestimate the Guardians, much as the same as the Witness, at our own peril. So obviously, none of us want to do that. If anything, I'm just excited to go ahead and see this get in players' hands on April 9th.
Yeah, of course. I'm so excited to see like what strategies people come up with. As we see, we have another augment here where.
Yeah, somebody's soloing this on Legend easy.
Spawn a spark, and when you
There's going to be a Banner Titan just in here standing on business. I'm telling you, there's going to be a Banner Titan. This is a Banner Titan, like, sanctuary.
So when you get to bosses that are a little chunkier, these are ways.
Solar Bonk Titan, man, there's just, like, so much going on here.
Jeez, yeah, okay. Not too shabby. I am also, I'll say it again, I'm so bitterly jealous I don't have Buried Bloodline right now. Like, you're making it look so good.
I was going to have to carry you.
It's good. It's a good gun. Especially if you're on other subclasses. It's just free Devour. Plus the Catalyst, you get Devour and Weaken pretty much on demand by using it.
It's also, too, maybe a small thing, but my personal favorite, just if I had to pick a champion mod, and I know it doesn't work like that, but I do have to give credit to Anti-Barrier, because it's every single barrier. It doesn't matter if it's a Hive Knight shield, doesn't matter if a Taken Vandal goes ahead and puts their shield up, or if a Hobgoblin goes ahead and cloisters up. Like, it's just like, I'm sorry, I'm just going to keep shooting you right in the face. This is not how this works for you.
Okay.
What?
He fell off.
We're at a stream.
L plus ratio, dude.
No, sorry, but this shame you have to live with.
That didn't happen.
Are you sure you want to hand out your Bungie ID still?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay,
all
right.
I don't back down.
I'll leave it to you on Twitter. That's fine.
I'll get cooked. It's fine.
Throwing, but professionally. He's on the main stage throwing, imagine.
Underestimate. So is this the final boss encounter in the pyramid for this particular wave?
We've all been there.
Wave. I think we're on wave 30.
Yes.
Which means we're on our last wave, which is take the fight to the boss again.
So it's definitely a little bit beefier than the last 2 bosses.
My food's almost here. Let's go.
And kill it in one shot.
Here we go.
Oh. There we go.
So, and also too is that dunking mechanic that does extra damage to the boss. That's just is that like a modifier that kind of gets randomly added with each particular boss?
That's one of those augments, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So there's no guarantee you're going to get that one.
Oh, yeah, Phoenix with a well. Yeah, you'd have infinite wells. True. 100%. You just stand in it.
Guys, let's do the Evo.
Mallow, dude. Mallow, dude.
All right, let's keep running more waves. Also, too, actually, I saw a question pop up in chat. Again, I apologize. I missed the name. Twitch chat is moving fast, but thank you to all you Guardians for joining us. Is there any kind of a timer present in this activity, or do you just get to dive in and take your time?
The only timer is actually present in the purchase phase. We want to kind of keep that fast-paced flow going.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we just have the timer ticking up to see how long your session has been. But yeah, there's no timer. We're not counting down like 10 minutes to be.
Oh yeah, Orpheus. Like, I think hunters should definitely be running tethers here.
Fire team alive,
ridiculous amounts of tethers.
ADU still standing.
Got it. Okay. And again, once the ADU is gone,
got into a Rocket League tournament, could win 3K. Nice. Good luck. Have fun.
You want to be pretty.
Have fun with the tournament. Keep doing them.
Yeah.
Make you better.
That's fair. There's like a and B and a C, nothing like that. Okay.
If you want to compete, then you got to. You got to keep doing it.
Transition.
Only the current ADU. It will move with you.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. That's perfect. Also, to chat, I see you asking for information on the loot to show us what weapons are on the way. Tune in next week. We'll have plenty for you. I can promise you that.
Yeah, Shaxx is, if you go into the lore, Shaxx is working with some folks, some characters from the past.
That's right, yeah.
And also opening up his private reserve for our use.
Yeah.
So
is this something Shaxx has been sitting on for a while, or has he been working on this behind the scenes?
Well, there've been some weapons that have been frowned upon in the Crucible.
Sure. Yeah.
And but now's the time to bring those out.
Yeah. Vanguard outlawing stuff is not something we have time for at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if it's dangerous.
What do we think about Fig Newtons? They're like my favorite, my son's favorite snack.
And we, if anything, are facing down our biggest.
We'll talk about it. Yes, sir.
Max goes ahead and opens those coffers. Nothing short of generous, I'll say. Just. Have you improved ability?
Live Moss, my dude. Live Moss.
Good?
That's what, I feel like you're not hearing me. I'm that guy.
You have mentioned that once or twice, actually. I don't know.
Noah maybe plays an unhealthy amount of Destiny.
Sometimes I will, not even sometimes, oftentimes I get off work and immediately I'm like, okay.
I think there was
on
there, Noah, by the way. I'm not sure if you saw that.
But I immediately get on and play. I do raids and dungeons. I mean, I've been doing a lot of the coil recently.
Yeah,
my Rosaraga.
My dad and I end up playing this game a lot, and so basically every single day after work, it's just like us texting each other, being like, "Hey, so when are you hopping on? When are you done with dinner?"
That's fun.
I imagine we'll probably more so do the easy modes, but I've got my Nightfall crew. I'm sure I could dive in here with. Although honestly, I think at this point he's more loot paid, my dad, than any of us, so I think he'd have no problem diving in here.
That's awesome to hear. That's what Destiny is all about, right?
Yeah, it's
bringing people together.
They dropped a hint about Shax that's kind of big. Hey yo.
All right, things getting pretty intense. Let's see. Out of curiosity as well, I'm not sure if we can mention this one, but Tom, is there a light level increase with Into the Light, or is this still at 1830? I believe it is.
It is at the current power.
Current power? Cool.
Yep.
All right, that hasn't changed. Thank you, Nikki Knight, for that question as well.
Oh, it's time. I can make
Is it time?
Okay, no. I don't have enough for that. Nice.
How much scrap you sitting on right now?
I was on 5,000.
Okay.
They said he's working with people from the past to bring some guns that were frowned upon. Yeah, yeah.
You guys on the narrative team,
department.
Honestly, that is, I want to say, obnoxiously good. It's always like, man,
We appreciate that.
You guys are just stealing our job. Want to write tweets? No. All right. This is remaining intense. And again, we're still fighting the Hive. We were fighting the Fallen earlier.
Oh my, please.
So there will be multiple sets of the witnesses.
No, please. He's dead.
Usually
No,
it's a
please.
super run.
Right, yeah.
Gotta hit him with the mythic.
We'll win ahead and just swap that over just so folks can get a look.
It's so funny whenever Mythic starts saying, please.
Noah stops flexing.
I know, right? Yeah.
He's actually
Okay, there's a lot going on, you know?
There is.
Like,
Fairness. And I think also too, this is something we sort of touched on yesterday when we were doing our initial playthroughs, but especially when you get to these higher levels.
What's up, Frosty?
It's not just kind of the the proverbially, comparatively speaking,
Frowned upon weapons in the Crucible. Yeah, so in the lore, there's a lot of weapons that got banned from the Crucible
not even necessarily
because of how good they are. I think the
one part to really go ahead and stymie the
what was it called? The Red Death? Yeah, Red Death. Yeah. There's a lot of them in the lore that used to say that.
Obviously, the pyramids have been doing some terraforming, but Tom, when you guys were building this activity, how are you guys going about even changing these maps? It looks like you guys have changed the architecture in some pretty significant ways.
Yeah, so when we looked at these maps, right, we want to have like a bunch of distinct lanes for the enemies to kind of like attack the ADU from, and they give you like these fronts that you have to divide your attention across the team. So you really have to be like, oh, they're coming.
Wasn't that already confirmed?
Right, you take this way, take that way.
Yeah.
And like a lot
Crimson
of times,
kind of took over the place of the Red Death.
Yeah.
Because it kind of does the same thing.
And the artists and the designers working together, like, oh, like what if like the pyramids, just like.
But we don't have an actual Red Death, no.
And
it's like, great, let's do it.
Yeah, and that really, so we had to open up some channels in here, and like that, we got the great, fictional context where we can be like, no, it's Resistance Forces, it's not, it's not Todd.
Yeah, sure.
It looks like they're going to do all 50.
Too, I'm getting some
got 14
word
more.
From the Traveler in the Sky. No, I hate to break it to you, but we have come to the end of our gameplay segment.
No!
You must return from your throne world.
I think I performed pretty well.
I'll be the first to agree with you, especially because I don't want to have to face you down in this activity. I want your help, honestly. When
we'll just 1v1 in Crucible sometime.
Yeah, and also too is I think I think we can say that, but this is going to happen.
Andre, you had to say something.
This isn't the only location that players are going to have Onslaught available to them. Yeah, there will be more than that, obviously. Noah, welcome back from the Throne World. It's good to see you.
I got a lot of tithes. I'm feeling like I feel like Eris and I are comparable right now.
So you're going to turn into a hive? Never mind. I don't want to attempt turning into a hive god. That's fine. We'll leave that for your.
That's the next expansion.
Obviously, that's true. Yeah, we'll see. But no, Noah, thank you very much for taking us through that.
Thanks
and
for having me.
Of course, for everyone here in Twitch chat, thank you for joining us. But before we go ahead and head on out, we obviously, this is just kind of the first look at what's to come in Destiny 2 Into the Light. Again, as a reminder, we're going to be doing 3 streams showing up all of this content that's going to be coming out, available to all players. And of course, before we go ahead and head off, Tom, you guys have all worked so heavily on this activity. Tom, we'll start with you. When Onslaught releases, when it gets in players' hands on April 9th, what are you most looking forward to?
I really want to see what players do with the defenses. I want to see like what their strategies are. I know Noah's got his strategies. I've got mine. Maybe mine are a little less developed than his. And just to be able to like see. Also, it's a great time to get back in and play. It's gonna be a great time to play Destiny. It's gonna be like new activities, tons of rewards. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be hopping in with me and my sons.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Yeah, Jerome, as someone who's gone ahead and helped craft this story to bring this to life, obviously to make sure it fits into the Destiny universe so well, what are you most looking forward to when this releases on April 9th?
First of all, people getting absolutely hyped out of their minds for the final shape, and I want to see what builds arise out of this. It's a kind of a different strategic calculus than we've seen before, so I want to see how the players innovate and deal with this new challenge.
Strategic calculus. I'm going to file that one away. That's the narrative team, everyone. Geez, just making us all look bad. And of course, Noah, you've helped brick by brick put this together, this brand new activity. As someone who's obviously spent a ton of time playing it in addition to developing it, when it gets out into the wild, when you've got the chance to play it with your friends, what are you most looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to just getting my reps in, seeing how far we can get, especially on Legend, get extra rewards, have an extra difficulty, just have fun with friends and trying to see, like Jerome was saying, like what builds arise, like what cool stories come out of playing things like this. Like we saw, you can have a big tormentor show up and like all these different things, those little emergent moments are what really makes Onslaught special at the end of the day. Yeah. And I'm really proud of what the team and everyone's done. Like I'm a very small part of a larger team. Teams are way better than heroes. Yeah. And
you're here.
Everyone has done such a great job building Onslaught and just curating stuff for Into the Light. I'm so excited for what's going to show up in these next live streams.
Awesome. Yeah, and thank you guys all three for being here today to represent the team and help us kind of, show this first glimpse at Into the Light to all the players out there. Obviously, it's pretty great to have you guys here bright and early in the morning.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Yep. All right, everyone. Well, I believe that's it from us here at Bungie HQ. As a quick reminder, again, we'll be back next week at the same Bungie time, same Bungie place to show you some even more content about Into the Light, including some returning Guardian favorite weapons, which you may have gotten a glimpse of today, a brand new look at an all-new social space as well that you can take your fire team down to, and even more information about upcoming rewards. Before we obviously send it off, I want to again thank our guests here for joining us today, to the entire Destiny development team who behind the scenes right now is working on this content, bringing it to life for all of us. Thank you all so much for your hard work. To Clayton and Ashley, our play testers in the back who went ahead and helped fill out the fire team. Getting some waves, there we go. Thank you very much. To the amazing team of producers who are here putting on the show, thank you all so much. Genuinely, it's amazing to have all of your assistants. They have the distinct difficulty of making me look good on camera, so believe me, their work is cut out for them. And to our team of moderators in chat, you're the real heroes. Thank you so much for your time. But in the meantime, again, reminder, we'll be back next week at the same time and place to show you even more content. But until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see y'all Starside.
All right, YouTube, that's it for the watch party. We'll see y'all over on Twitch.